All right, now to something that I can't believe is really going to happen. I'm going to try to get through this. I started in the television news business back in 1981. Many of you weren't even born then, with no expectations about where I would end up or how I would get there. 40 years later, I'm humbled and awestruck by the things that I've been blessed to be a part of, the places I've been able to go, the people I've met, interviewed, worked for, and with. Absolutely amazing. 2021 is going to be my last year in television news. Cue up happy trails, because at the end of December, it's going to be time for me to start the next chapter. And although I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing, I do know that I have 2 daughters headed to college, a new grandson in Seattle, 2 other wonderful daughters, a wife who has put up and supported me and the craziest schedule anyone could ever imagine for 30 years now, and it's time for me to be there for my family. I'm looking forward to being here for and with you over the next 8 months as we continue to pull out of this pandemic. We've got the upcoming Olympics, we're returning to school for our kids, fans going back to games, November election, the holidays. There'll be a lot to talk about, report on, and I look forward to spending my final months doing that, which will no doubt be a historic time in our history. So, this is a day for a momentary celebration for me, and a milestone that I never could have imagined or predicted 40 years ago, but it is only momentary. So for now, I plan to get back to work doing what I've loved to do for the last 4 decades, and that is bring you the news, and we'll save the Happy Trails song for the end of the year. I can't believe the studio is filled with my close colleagues, my friends, my family, Kim and Bree and Brian and Jay coming in. Thanks you guys for being here. It means a lot to have you guys here. It really does.
Who's going to start?
Does this have anything to do with the Twitter fandemonium?
No.
You know, now you've just found all of this fame.
You know what it has to do with, Bree? Andy, can you roll a few of these pictures just very quickly? It has to do with, there's Lindsay and there's Hannah. Let's go to the next one. It has to do with Grace and Alexa. It has to do with my wonderful son-in-law, Andrew, and it has to do with that wonderful woman, Chrissy. And it has to do with, there she is again. It has to do with, did I mention Grace and Alexa? And my mother, Joanne, and she's 85 years old right now, and she's younger than me. So yeah, that's what it's about, and that's what I'm going to do.
Well, Mark, we're happy for you. Oh, Mark. Whew. You told me last week, you told me Tuesday, so I've had some time to prepare, but and I consider myself really one lucky gal that I got to spend 5 years with you on the news at 10, and by the time your last day rolls around in December, it'll be nearly 6. And I do consider you like a brother, Mark. We just have so much fun together. We have, I think, the best chemistry, and really, folks at home, it's because we just get along so well behind the scenes. We have really similar personalities and sick and twisted sense of humors, and we make each other laugh. And I just can't imagine doing the news at 10 and being here at KTVB with anyone else. Although I know I'm left in good company, but it's going to be hard come December 23rd when you leave, Mark.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Kim. And you call Mark a brother. I'm going to call him kind of like a broadcast dad. Is that okay? You're all right with that, MJ?
Well, yeah, because if we can roll this video, I know that you used a lot of your tactics that you do. Yeah. Andy, if you've got that video. This is me as a young
12? Were you 12?
Tust with,
sweater vest, huh?
With Dee and Dave Eckert back in 87, 86, 87.
I got to say, Mark, you said that you started in this profession before I was born, and I didn't quite believe it, but seeing this, I officially believe it.
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah,
Pretty
you've
cool.
had some great interviews over the years, Mark.
You even interviewed Mark Johnson.
I did.
I'm not talking about our Mark Johnson.
Look at Tom Scott.
What?
Oh my goodness. It's been fun though, because since you told me, it's not oftentimes that TV people can't find words, that we're kind of left speechless.
Right.
I've been trying to wrap my head around this. the thing that's kind of unfortunate is every time we are speechless, well, you've been here just to fill the air, Mark. So I don't know what happens now. I don't know what happens now.
Look at that, like Don Johnson look there.
Right.
I know.
That was covering Super Bowl 30. In this video, I don't know if we'll get to it. Shanti Alsalai edited this, and you guys know he was with me in 4 of the 5 Olympic Games I covered. But look at Brian here. This is Brian Holmes. And that has to be, what, 15 years ago, Brian?
No, that would be 20, Mark.
Looks like
that
Justin
would be
Timberlake.
20 years
That's
ago.
hot, Brian.
Yep, when you hired me to do sports with you and be on the sports team, Steelheads were having a fundraiser for the Boys and Girls Club. Anyone that showed up with bleached hair, they'd throw $500 to the Boys and Girls Club. And you were never afraid to turn down a suggestion like that.
I wasn't. Well, we had some fun over the years, and of course, then I transitioned from the crazy sports life into a news role, and it took me to Washington, D.C. a number of times. This was a live broadcast we did with Idaho's delegates when we went back for the opening game of the college football season. And it's just been a magical ride, and having you guys in my camp made it a lot easier.
It's funny, Mark, you've shown us a lot of these cool highlights, but I remember the times too that we would be driving overnight to Fresno State to cover a Boise State football game, and Mark's in the back seat sleeping, and we pull a 14, 15-hour day covering the Boise State football team.
Right.
Mark hardly ever complained. In fact, we needed his energy just to get us through the day. Your character, your personality is unmatched, Mark.
Thanks, Jay.
Well, as that role showed, Mark, there isn't anything that you couldn't do. I mean, you were doing sports, you did Super
Great
Bowls, you did
and there he is
Olympics.
skiing. No, I'm just kidding.
And he's done the weather one time.
You've done the weather once
Wait,
or
The
twice.
weather one time.
One
One
time.
time. One
Exactly.
time. One
Brian
time.
and I were roommates for Salt Lake City for a couple of weeks in the coldest room in the history of the hotel rooms.
Yep.
Never warmed up.
Well, we usually stay in the best hotels when we travel with KTVB.
In fact, it was on that trip we found out you were going to have another set of twins.
That's exactly
Wait,
right.
another set of twins?
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
18 years ago.
That was
18.
18 years ago. That's right.
Mark, how much time do we have left, Lucas? 30
30.
seconds. In 30 seconds, Mark, can you, share with us who your favorite co-anchor's been?
Wow.
30 years and 30 seconds.
Your
Go, Mark.
favorite moment.
Eeny,
Your
meeny,
favorite.
miny. I will only tell you guys this. This is just a little taste of what's to come in December. I have a feeling December is going to be nuts.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go back to work, you guys. Come on.
Congratulations, Mark.
Hey, we love
are
you,
happy
MJ.
for you.
208 is next. Thanks, you guys.